strategic recalibration and actionable prioritization. You know the exact feeling, right? You're staring down this absolute mountain of tasks. The clock is ticking loudly in the background, and you're just paralyzed. Well, you're in the right place. Today's explainer is going to walk us through an incredibly powerful two-phase mindset shift from our source material. It's basically a mental toolkit designed to unblock your workflow literally right now. Okay, let's dive into this.
So, imagine this. You've been glued to your desk for the last hour. You keep telling yourself to just push through, but you're totally spinning your wheels. It's so frustrating. I mean, our natural instinct in this whole hyper-connected hustle culture world is to just brute force our way through a mental block. We gulp down more coffee, we type a little harder, or, let's be honest, we mistake 10 minutes of doom scrolling for an actual break. But we all know that just drains your energy even more and leaves you feeling way more overwhelmed. Our source material actually suggests the exact opposite approach to breaking out of this rut.
The whole philosophy we're looking at today basically boils down to two core concepts: strategic recalibration and actionable prioritization. Now, I know they sound a bit like corporate jargon, but really think of them as a chronological 1-2 punch. Phase 1 sets the stage, and Phase 2 executes. It's actually a beautifully simple step-by-step mantra for getting unstuck, untangling the mess in your head, and figuring out exactly what needs your attention first.
So let's unpack Phase 1 first: strategic recalibration. The text defines this as the deliberate act of stepping away from immediate tasks to evaluate and reset focus. And I really want to emphasize that word right there: deliberate. Passively reading emails while you're scarfing down a sandwich at your desk, yeah, that's not a break. That's just multitasking poorly. What we are talking about here is a purposeful, physical act. You have to physically walk away to create a hard mental disconnect between you and the work that's causing that paralysis.
The text gives us some really precise instructions for this recalibration, breaking it down into 3 distinct sequential steps. Step 1, take a break. Step 2, redirect. And Step 3, come back. Each of these transitions is absolutely vital. You can't mentally redirect while your eyes are still completely glued to that spreadsheet that's stressing you out, right? You absolutely must take the break first. And then, once you're in that new physical and mental space, you can actually shift your trajectory.
Looking at the exact wording from the original text, it seamlessly commands, take a break, redirect, and come back. And this brilliantly illustrates why a full, hard stop is the absolute necessary first phase before you even try to tackle any new work. By linking these actions so tightly together like this, the source is basically telling us that taking a break isn't the opposite of working. It's actually the prerequisite for working effectively. You're not abandoning your post, you're just wiping the whiteboard clean so you can draw up a better strategy. Because without that initial break, true redirection is just impossible.
Boom! You are back. You've taken your deliberate break, you've redirected your energy, and you've returned to your workspace. Welcome to Phase 2, the reconnection. Notice how the energy entirely shifts here. We're moving rapidly from passive rest straight into active, aggressive execution. You've got a clear head now, but you aren't just going to blindly hammer the keyboard again. No way. We're completely changing the strategy.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast it maps out between how we usually operate under stress and how we actually should operate after a recalibration. On one side, you've got this overwhelming tornado of all your actions, every unread email, those massive long-term projects, and frankly, things you have zero control over right now. But on the other side, we see actionable prioritization. This is the pivot. We are no longer looking at the whole chaotic picture. We are aggressively filtering our viewpoint.
And here is the specific directive from our source material to guide that exact filter. It says, evaluate your actions and prioritize which ones are actionable. I really want you to focus on that last word, actionable. You are not prioritizing the loudest task or some theoretical project milestone that relies on 3 other people to finish their parts first. If you cannot physically execute it in this exact moment, it completely drops off the list, period. So the crucial point is that these incredibly brief instructions give us a complete start-to-finish manual for a single, highly productive work session. It's this elegant, continuous loop. You take a break, you redirect your focus, you come back, you evaluate your actions, and you prioritize only the actionable items. Whenever you feel stuck, you just run this protocol. It cuts right through the noise, it removes all that heavy emotional weight of being overwhelmed, and it pretty much guarantees forward progress.
Which brings us to the ultimate question as we wrap up this explainer. I want you to look at whatever is sitting on your desk right now. If you stepped away at this very moment, took a deliberate break to redirect your mind, and came back, which of your actions would actually be actionable? Think about how much of the everyday noise would just magically disappear.
Apply the filter, reset, find what's actionable, and go execute.